discover the drugs on your body, what happens next?
I actually moved twice when I was in Pearson. Like, I was in one holding cell, and then I moved to, like, the basement where I was, like, formally arrested by the RCMP. Then I had to move to, like, another cell, and then it seems like I got processed, like, 5 times. And then Peel Police, I had to get processed by Peel Police, because that's where I spent the night in jail. And then I went to Vanier Correctional Center, so I got processed by Vanier Correctional Center, and I stayed there for the weekend, waiting for my parents to come.
How terrified were you at that point?
At this point, I was not scared at all. Like, No, like, I knew I was in trouble, but, like, I thought it was just, like, a misunderstanding. Right? I was like, okay, well, that was one of the ways he got me to calm down. It was like, you know, this will never happen. If this happens, like, I'll cover your charges. Like, I'll cover your, like, he never thought it would ever get this far. Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure he was absolutely devastated, but I was like, listen, buddy, I told you I'm not going to be good at this. So, yeah, like, at this point, I still didn't know how serious it was, like, the road ahead. I was kind of in shock, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
But I knew that I knew how to work with people. Like, I knew that I wasn't someone that was going to try to be all hard in jail.
Right, no.
And I knew that, like, I'm very personable, and if anything, I can make people feel, like, comfortable in an uncomfortable setting. So I really connected with some of the people in there, even if it was just for a weekend. Like, people thought it was hilarious because I was just so clueless to, like, what had happened. Yeah. Like, I slept in, like, the guards forgot to take me to court, and, like, I was like, what's going on?
Okay, so a few days later and you're in front of a judge?
Yeah, and then that's when the judge grants me bail, but for, you know, a measly sum of $50,000 from my parents.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they are just, like, freshly separated at this point, so they, it's a little tense, obviously, to have to come together for something like this. But they did, and that just shows how, like, unconditional their love was for me.
For you, absolutely.
And still for each other, but just not in a romantic way.
Yep.
Right?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, like, my bail is set, like, I get released, and then they're like, okay, well, you have a bunch of new conditions now, because now they think I'm very dangerous. And, well, not dangerous, but
they don't want you to do it again, or to even consider it, yeah.
And so now I'm put on house arrest and have to live with my mom. And so I don't really tell anyone. Like, I pretend like everything is fine. Like, even, like, people that I started to date in Toronto, like, briefly after it happened, I was like, oh, no, like, I would make up excuses as to why I couldn't go back to my apartment, because I still believed that I would get it back, even though I couldn't live there. So, because I still had to pay a month's rent on my condo over there. Oh, no, it was in this building. Yeah. It was literally on the 6th floor in this building.
Right.
And my cousin ended up renting out, but I had to move all my stuff home from Toronto. Like, I had to give up my dog, which I got because, like, I was experiencing, like, entrepreneur loneliness.
So you wanted some company, yeah.
And I love dogs, and I was like, this is great. But she's too big for my mom's house.
So then you were at your mom's house for about a year or 2 waiting for sentencing?
2.5 years total, yeah.
Okay.
So that was when I learned a little bit more about the justice system, and that I had committed an offense that was deemed worthy of a mandatory minimum.
Okay.
Yeah.